Welcome back, my lovers. Today we are making pressure cooker black beans. Black beans are a great, easy, and delicious food. Nice amount of protein. They go well with a lot of things. You could just straight up eat some rice and beans, bean and cheese burritos, make some refried beans out of it. Oh, I love it. The recipe is in the description. One note about the recipe though, I forgot to put in the chopped onions, so I would have put that in, but just with all the filming and the making, I missed it. So that's my bad. One reason I never made black beans up until now is because of the soaking thing. Like, to think ahead and to have to soak for 6 to 8 hours, that's pretty intense, because that's what my mom would do when I was a kid. She would just soak them bitches for like a day before. And it's like, I don't got time for that. That's what's so good about the pressure cooker. You can cook these beans in half an hour. You don't have to soak them. As it turns out, I do soak them for about an hour. That's kind of the sweet spot for me. Our pressure cooker has a bean setting, which I realized after some time, which makes it just so easy. It defaults to 20 minutes. I've added 10 through experiments, and that's like the sweet spot. And the beauty of beans is they actually really taste good after they've been settled. Like, after you reheat them, even out of the freezer, even if they've been in the freezer for a few weeks, they taste delicious. I did not know that. Way better than the beans that you get from the cans. I'm gonna talk about the ingredients for a second. One of the great things about black beans is you can flavor it a variety of ways. For me though, the non-negotiable is the base, the tomato and stock base. Now, you need some form of stock to me to make it delicious in a way that I want to just keep eating and eat all the leftovers, and my partner likes them too. It's either chicken stock, beef stock, or veggie stock, or you use bouillon with it, because you're gonna put water in there anyway. So I actually advise bouillon, so you don't, or you could use substitute water for the stock. I haven't tried that yet, but I usually just do water and bouillon. So grill your veggies up. I do this so that I can get the skin off. You can boil them too to take the skin off the tomatoes, but I like grilling them. I love the sound of it. I love the smell of grilling veggies, or tomatoes technically a fruit. But I love the sound of that grilling and smell of it grilling. And then I peel it off with tongs, and then I put it in the blender, and then we throw that blender mix into the pressure cooker. We put all those ingredients together. Like I said, we put it on for half an hour on the bean setting. We've already been soaking the beans before the video started, and it's good to go. It's really that simple. Now, like I said, I missed the chopped onion. You put the chopped onion in next time, it'd be delicious. And I'll put the list of the spices I use, but I don't think the spices, you know what you like more, right? Like, you know the spices you like, and you kind of have to experiment with that to see what spices are really tasty for you, because the goal is to make something you want to eat the leftovers of. If you eat it once or twice, it's like, it sucks. But the good thing about it is black beans are still cheap. So if you mess up the recipe and it's not great, it's a good thing to learn on, because you can mess up. The leeway to mess up on this, if you know markets where you can find cheap black beans. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, if you have any seasonings that you've tried or recipes that you tried that you think are just delicious, please put them in the comments section. With me, I experiment with a lot of the food that I make. I just try to make things that are delicious and easy. I know when you see videos on TikTok and YouTube or whatever, social media, I know homies be doing the most, but a lot of us, we don't have time like that. We're just trying to make simple dinners that cost low prep in terms of the cost of our time, and that are still delicious and something that we want to eat, and that we could like go back and eat those leftovers. Because there's nothing worse than making some food you don't want to eat the leftovers, and then your fridge is piled up with nonsense. So the good thing about these beans is when I've messed them up, I just throw them out. It costs like $5 for all the ingredients when you look at the spices and getting 4 tomatoes and stuff like that. And maybe the most expensive individual ingredient is the bell pepper, but you don't even need to use those, right? Or you can use tomato paste or crushed tomatoes from the can. You know, you can experiment. Whatever is kind of the cross section between easiest to prep and still tastes good and you want to eat it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you on